direction of mechanical principles and fundamentals of speed.
So this is an example picture of a man doing sprinting. As you can see, sprinting is not flat or level. The hips should raise and lower. Its overall objective is to run fast as possible, let go without saying.
So now, why is sprinting important? Sprinting is very important for it increases our stamina, burns our calories in a short time, and moreover, it boosts our metabolism. So there are two general concepts of sprinting, and these are the backside mechanics and the front side mechanics. And let's see what is the difference of the two.
So this is an example picture of a front side mechanics. Front side mechanics refers to the motions of the swing leg that occurs in front of the body. Another is the backside mechanics. Backside mechanics refers to the motions of the swing leg that occurs behind of the body.
Next is the force development and sprinting. So it involves the running speed of an athlete, and it must increase force to the ground in the appropriate direction and do so over increasingly shorter periods of time. It also minimizes horizontal braking forces and increase propulsive forces. There are three phases of sprinting, and these are the acceleration, maximum speed, and the deceleration. So these three phases of sprinting is having a duration and more insightful breakdown of each phase mainly depend on the level of sprint abilities. So the previous slide shows the three phases of sprinting: the acceleration, maximum speed, and the last one is deceleration. Am I right? So among the three phases of sprinting, let's talk about first the acceleration. So acceleration is a special form of sprint training in which running speed is gradually increased from jogging to striding and finally to sprinting at a maximum pace. So the progressive nature of acceleration sprinting can reduce the risk of muscle injury. Second is the maximum speed. So maximum speed is the highest rate of speed that an athlete can attain. And the third one is the deceleration. So deceleration is the result in decrease in speed of the athlete. So example given is magnitude of velocity. So dili na to makita ang gipaspason ug ang gikusgon sa usa ka athlete. So in one-dimensional motion, the deceleration is defined as the acceleration which is opposite to the velocity. So that's the three phases of sprinting: the acceleration, the maximum speed, and deceleration. So let's proceed to the goals of sprinting. The goals of sprinting includes minimize braking forces and increase propulsive forces. So minimize braking forces decrease horizontal velocity and caused by excessive step length and positive foot, and also leg speed at ground contact. Next is the increase of propulsive forces. So, increased propulsive forces is critical to walking speed. It also involves trailing limb angle and ankle moment. So, trailing limb angle and ankle moment are the major contributors to increase the propulsive force during gait. Next is the 6 rules of sprinting techniques. The first one is run with the hands moving from the hips or pockets of pants, eliminating side-to-side motion. Next is maintain a 90-degree bend of the elbows and drive the elbows back. And the third one is keep
Hey guys, when talking about strategic conditioning, which is basically my way of just saying sensible conditioning and speed work, all right? Or we talk about doing this, there's some rules to remember. Just like lifting has a technique, so does running, okay? So when we talk about running, in this case, I'm talking about ball-busting sprints, all right, or burst in a drill to get your heart rate up, real metabolic nature, and to get the burst and to develop leg power and some level of explosiveness. What I want you to do is to think in terms of the upper body. I want you to think about your elbow and your arm motion, okay? When we're talking about this, if you think about running, you should run in a linear motion with elbow drive, okay? So a lot of guys make the mistake when they run, they'll cross their body and they start moving side to side. This is wasted energy, wasted motion. The quickest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So we want to eliminate side-to-side motion. So what we want to do is we want to go front to back, a linear motion, all right? And we want to use the hands, and drive the hands from the hip pocket to the chin here, and keep the elbow locked at 90 degrees as we drive along here. Not bang the elbows, that's just called beating a drum. There's no elbow drive here, but elbows locked and elbow drive. Upper body gives you 20% of your running power. Significant. It's the difference between winning and losing. All right? Apply that. Keep training smart.
The next rules is you should pull the knees straight up and do not allow them to angle towards the midline of the body. Next, run by striking the ground directly below the hips, particularly when accelerating. And the last, run on the balls of the feet. Don't be flat-footed and noisy.